What's up, everyone? Welcome back. And today we're going over another post by Irreplaceable Spark. She had made a post called How She Had Healed Herself, I believe it was called, from 20 years. The inner shift it took to heal, the inner shift that changes everything, resolving 20 years of health issues. This one is called Success Testing the Law. So I wanted to cover this because she is very articulate. Again, I say when people say things like take no action, I always say I'm a little bit wary and say take this with a grain of salt. But definitely certain things can be manifested with no action. I'm not debating that. What I'm saying is that many of the large goals that we have, and all is mind, many people, many of the big posters, big content creators, Life by Lucy, all the greatest people that I talk to, they also advocate that you need to embody this. You need to, and that involves taking action for many of the goals that you want. If you want to be a best-selling author, if you want to be a YouTuber, if you want to be, create your business, be an actor, you're going to be doing those things. Being a content creator, you're going to be immersed in the creation of content, right? So in any case, we're going to go into her success story here, see what she has to say. And this was kind of spurred on this bigger post that became popular about resolving the health issues. So here we go. I've been reading this sub for a few weeks now since rediscovering Neville's teachings. I first discovered him in spring 2018, read and appreciated the teachings, but ultimately didn't do much with them at the time. A conversation in early January 2020 brought him back into my life. This time, I heard his teachings at a more profound level than before. I kept hearing him implore us to test the law, so I decided to do so. The results were awesome, and I want to share. The first night, I asked for three simple things. One, that one of the friends I would be seeing over the next few days would be distinctively wearing purple. Two, that I would see a Great Dane dog. And three, that I would get a free dinner at a restaurant. Each of these things came to pass within 24 hours. My friend showed me to coffee wearing a fluffy purple sweater. A silhouette of a Great Dane appeared on the mud flaps of a truck on the road. And a friend expectedly and unexpectedly invited me out to a dinner that would end up being free. It was so fun to experience these creations. I did it again and the next right, and again got what I asked for within 24 hours, including a gift card and an exact parking spot, I imagine, in an area known to be complicated. I was on a roll, feeling powerful. I didn't specifically test anything for the next few days, just enjoyed the knowing that these creations had come because I'd imagined them to be. This adventure in testing gets capped with a silly but unexpected experience that really drove home the power of imaginal acts have to create and our role of bringing them about. As the start of the following week, I was taking a fitness class, and one of my own fitness clients was there. I teach Pilates. In our post-class chat, she mentions her Christmas decorations are still up at her home, including a large red sleigh in her yard. She asked if I've seen it. I reply that I don't know where she lives, so I haven't. She says she lives in a few blocks away and gives me the street name, Winnetka. It's the final third of January, and I have the fleeting thought that it would be funny to see the giant sleigh still hanging out in her yard. But I don't pursue it and leave the gym to go about my day. I forget about this conversation. I go to the gym the next day, do my workout, and decide to head home after. My Pilates class is not there. I get a couple blocks from the gym and realize I've gone the wrong way, but notice that I'm at Winnetka. I determine I should turn left into Winnetka and remember the sleigh conversation. I think maybe I'll see it. I look ahead of me down the street, but I see no sleigh. I realize I'm still going the wrong way and need to turn around. This orientation is not typical for me. Before turning around, I look down the street just to see if any sleigh is in view. It isn't. I think maybe I'll go in the other direction. I really don't care one way or another. Nothing was riding on seeing the sleigh. I make the decision to turn around and turn to the next driveway on the left, and as I pull in, I notice a house, really cute, well-kept home with a big red sleigh in their garden. I had the biggest laugh, but in that moment, took a really powerful lesson. I did nothing deliberate to locate this sleigh. I was guided to it, totally unrelated actions, going to the gym, correcting my route. I literally did nothing in pursuit of any of the other things when I was testing, yet they all came about. I connected this to how I work or try to create the things I label big or hard and realize I brought these things to pass because I insert myself in the way of what is already done, countering thoughts, doubts, feeling that I need the creation, belief that I have to take some action, excessive actions. It's already done. I keep replaying Neville's teachings on faith. Regardless, if it's a sleigh in someone's yard, or $500,000. TLDR, I set out to test the law and got everything I imagined within a day of doing the imaginal acts. Testing the law works and is tons of fun. It also empowers your faith, as Neville defines. For grander things you're seeking, we're the ones calling something easy or hard. Inserting the condition, slowing it down, or preventing it, a free dinner, or a $500,000 is all the same to God. Okay, fun little success story there. Now, I can tell you guys right now that, yeah, this is what she's talking about here. This is just easy. You can manifest free dinners. I've manifested free stuff all the time. You know, if you want to see a dog or see, you know, have a certain thing up here. I was thinking about banana bread the other day. My dad just happened to start making it. I know that these manifestations can just pop up with no action. We already know that. But what she's saying here, $500,000, or for example, with my YouTube channel, I have to post videos. If I want this channel to grow, I'm not going to just sit here and imagine that I have 100,000 subscribers without doing any action or any work to make that happen. That's just simply foolhardy, delusional thinking, which again, you know, that's what the people that study just Neville and they get into this dogmatic thinking. We have many teachers throughout the years, including the New Thought teachers, James Allen, Florence Scovel Shinn, Joseph Murphy. There's a lot of people like Napoleon Hill, Orison Swett Martin. I'm in the middle of writing my book actually on robotic affirmations, and I have a supplementing reading material here. You've got, Frederick Dodson, Claude Bristol, Christian D. Larson, Bruce McClelland, Louise Burleigh. I mean, there just goes on and on and on. Vadim Zeeland, Dr. Robert Anthony. Okay, there's a lot of people, and I haven't even scratched the surface just with all those names right there that talk about manifestation and reality creation. Literally, every single person acknowledges the role of taking action. Neville is the only person that had a quote or two about not lifting a finger, not taking action, and people have ran off with this like it's the next best thing since sliced bread. And look, we know things can happen without taking action. I'm not denying that fact. But if you want a big ass manifestation, if you want the relationship of your dreams, or if you want, and relationships honestly can come about in mysterious ways, but if you really want to cultivate a business, or if you want to become a famous musician or a model or a digital content creator or a YouTuber or an author or any of these things, an entrepreneur, if you want to start selling real estate, buying real estate, I had like that Airbnb that I've been working on. I told you guys, all of that stuff requires action, guys. Like there's no getting around it. So again, it's fun that we can all do these things. We can all manifest this free stuff every once in a while. But I would hazard that most of you on here are wanting to manifest the big stuff, the important stuff. And while that's one way of looking at it, $500,000 a dinner, maybe it isn't any different to God. But it is different to us as human beings. Nobody's just going to give us $500,000 just for no reason. This person invited this person out to dinner for no reason, right? They're friends. They had come out to dinner. The likelihood that somebody's just going to write you a $500,000 check for no damn reason, come on, guys. So again, all of this stuff with the Neville stuff, with the people that study Neville in particular, take this really, really extreme approach. And again, guys, it's all about coming back to the middle. How can I, as Vadim Zeeland says in his books, which are amazing, and many people in the Neville space, including Elmer L. Locker Jr., talks about taking action and refers to transurfing, which in transurfing and in Tufty the Priestess, they say, take steps towards your goal while also embodying and imagining and cultivating that awareness using your affirmations, using your visualizations, all the stuff that we talk about, putting it out there. And that's how you're going to achieve success with this stuff, guys. You want to become a fighter, you want to become a boxer, you're not going to just sit there in your room and imagine it, guys. You're also going to get into the ring. You're also going to go train. All of these things require the embodiment on a physical as well as the mental level. So that being said, guys, much love as always. Drop this with a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. And if there's anybody watching these videos, I had somebody at one point comment that they got offered a movie role without taking any action. Anybody that has any bigger success stories without taking action, I would love to, schedule a conversation, schedule an interview with anybody that's willing to share, because it's always interesting to me how some certain people And, I am willing to hear people out. It's not like I am unwilling to believe that anybody has ever done this. I know that certain people have gotten, casted or scouted for modeling gigs, right? Without them taking action. I know it's possible, but why would you want to rely and wait on something when you can also do things that are going to speed up the process, that are going to work in your favor? And in many cases, being a YouTuber, you got to make videos. I'm just speaking to you guys, that's part of the deal. If you want to become an author, again, you got to write the books. Neville had to write his own books. And it's funny because he doesn't talk about that. He only gives examples of the things that he did without action, which is like getting discharged from the military or getting a trip back home to Barbados. But why doesn't he talk about the fact that he wrote the books in order to become a best-selling or a popular author and a popular speaker? Well, maybe because he's trying to sell and be persuasive in the fact that he has this approach, right? But if you just look at his actions, instead of looking at people's words and look at their actions and follow the fact that success leaves clues, Neville had to book these venues. He had to book the speaking engagements. He was a dancer. He had to practice dancing. He had to write. He had to sit down and write those books. The Power of Awareness didn't just fall into his lap. It was written by him. Anyways, guys, much love as always. Drop this with a like, hit me with a subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.